Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Okay, so wake and bake. I gotta talk a little bit about the weed thing because it's been a week since I said I was going to quit for 2 weeks, which I did not do. I had a really hard time last Sunday, and I kind of said it was like the act of smoking, but I also get this like weird feeling in my arms. And I think it's a side effect of my medication, possibly. And weed, like, suppresses it. So, what I did was I went and got this low THC weed. And, tried that out, and I really like it. It's mild, doesn't really get you all messed up. It just kind of calms that feeling in my arms, which is what I wanted. So didn't quit, but I cut down to something mild, because I tend to smoke heavier stuff, and I think that's where I was starting to get into trouble, because you can build up your tolerance, and then when the hard stuff stops being all that exciting, you're like, okay. So I had to take a step back, and I'm glad I did. Things have been going really well. My husband had surgery on Thursday, and I got to sit up in the waiting room at the hospital coloring and watching the East Side Kids, which is like one of my favorite things to do. And he's recovering. He had a hernia, and they had to like open his guts and stuff. It was really scary. His surgery was done by a robot. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, and then I want to talk about Eugenia Cooney again. I made that video Friday, and I just posted it this morning. I put it up on TikTok first, and I got some comments on it and stuff, so that was cool. So Eugenia Cooney has come back online since her very visible alleged medical emergency she had on live TikTok last week on Mother's Day. She's come back and said that she's fine and nothing happened, but I don't, personally, my opinion is I don't believe her. I think for what they don't allow on TikTok, like if I smoke in my videos, then I get like a shadow ban. But Eugenia Cooney, who is visibly very, very ill, is given a platform, and I'm thinking it's because she's not promoting it. She's promoting it secretively, because she did this video where it looked more like a body check. There's like these pro-anorexia websites where they like compete with each other, and it's really sad. And I think it just kind of seems like she's part of that society. She's just very subtle and secretive about it. That's just my opinion. That's all alleged. That's like the saddest shit ever. And I just kind of wonder what the family dynamics are there. Like, what kind of things does her mother say to her to encourage this lifestyle? Her mother is heavy set, not to be rude. I mean, I'm heavy set. I'm not putting her down. But she's making money on her daughter being emancipated. Is that the right word? I mean, no offense to Eugenia Cooney. That's crazy. So I haven't been exactly happy with my weight. It's like I was losing weight again, and then I just like bloated out again. So I went to the grocery store and I bought a bunch of really healthy food, and gonna eat that. I always get nervous because we have a family party coming up next week. And like I always say, nothing against my family. I think they're just a product of the area in which they live. Body image is a heavy focus in my family. And I'm kind of heavier right now. So it's always a little awkward going to those functions. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I was put on diets when I was in middle school, like 6th grade, like 11 years old. I was put on Weight Watchers. And looking back, I wasn't even fat. And I think being on diets at such a young age kind of set me up for maybe struggling with my weight a little more. I don't know. It was the 90s, and the 90s were really fat phobic. Like, if you had just a little bit of fat hanging over your pants, you know, it was like, ooh, I don't know. At least where I'm from. So I think it'd be fun to go to the gym. I'll probably start doing that soon. We have 2 here in town that are within walking distance. So, and I live in a small town. But people here are pretty active. There's always like joggers and people on bikes and stuff. Can we talk about the white South African refugees that are being brought here? This has been going on like for a long time. I remember reading about white farmers being murdered back in like 2013 when I lived in my apartment, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting, but I guess it's gotten worse. And I watched a documentary. Now there's like these white slums. People can't get hired because of affirmative action. Affirmative action, I think, is when you hire minorities over the majority in order to give opportunities to less fortunate people, and kind of keep the balance. They outlawed affirmative action in Michigan, like 20 years ago. And then I know DEI kind of came in its place, but I think DEI is a little different. But the affirmative action in South Africa has basically pushed white people into slums, tent cities and stuff like that. So they're able to come here as refugees, which is fine in my mind if they're all farmers, you know, like I live in a farm county, like they could come here and work, you know. But I guess like the liberals have a problem with it. They're just dumb. Okay. Refugees come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Just ask the Ukraine. They're all white. They're just like us. Okay, so there's that. See, I'm totally open to bringing in refugees as long as they're not being forced to work for low wages like they did to the damn Haitians. That, you know, the Haitians were brought here for cheap labor and slavery, and if you can't see it, open your eyes. You know, it's funny, I know plenty of Democrats that are not racist people. It's the party. The party itself is racist. And it's misogynist. Okay, well, I guess I don't know what else to talk about. Just kind of chit-chatting, hanging out with my dog. She's chewing up my pants. It's alright, they don't fit me. Hey, Trixie. Trixie girl. You can actually see her eyes. Hey, Trixie, look at Mama. No, she's too busy being destructive. And I will take those pants away from her. I'm not going to let her eat that material. So, okay. Well, I hope to see you around soon. Bye.